Hey guys, Karasif here with another review. This time I'll be reviewing the Zenkaiger Zenkai Narikiri set from Kikai Sentai Zenkaiger. This is a special roleplay set that includes everything from the Zenkaiger's changer, the deluxe Geartlinger, and their belt, the Zenkai buckle. Along with these two items are also included belt parts for the Zenkai buckle and 5 Sentai Gears, 2 originally included with the Geartlinger, and 3 originally included with the Zenkai buckle. So, let's get started. First up, we'll look at this year's collectible item, the Sentai Gears. This year marks the 45th-year anniversary of the Super Sentai series, and as such, this series is themed around Super Sentai, and the collectible gimmick here are these small golden gears containing the powers of different Super Sentai. These are the 5 used by the main Zenkaiger to transform, each one representing a different Sentai. First up, we have the Zenkaiser Gear, representing team number 45, Zenkaiger. This is the leader of the Zenkaigers. There's one color, and you can see that for this gear, it's got a chrome silver with a holofoil pattern. Now, each gear has both the front and back side. This is the hero side, containing an image of that ranger and their Sentai number. And then on the back is the Zenkai's, or the Kikai side, which contains the team symbol. So in this case, this is the symbol for the Zenkaigers, containing these different kind of gear teeth, as well as a V, which is the general symbol of the Super Sentai series and has been since he meets Sentai Go Ranger back in 1971. Next we have the Zenkai Juran gear, representing Super Sentai number 16, Kyoryu Sentai Zyuranger. Here's the front, with a nice chrome red color. And then since they're all members of the same team, they'll have the same symbol on the Kikai side. Next we have the Zenkai Gaon gear, who represents Super Sentai number 25, Hyakuju Sentai Gao Ranger. So for him, he's got a chrome gold color. Next is the Zenkai Magine gear, who represents Super Sentai number 29, Maho Sentai Magi Ranger, and this is the female of the team since she's pink. And last but not least, we have the Zenkai Vroom gear, who represents Super Sentai number 30, Go-Go Sentai Boukenger, and is the Blue Ranger of the team. Next, we'll look at the Zenkaiger's changer, the Geartlinger, a Gatling gun whose name is a combination of Gear and Gatlinger. So it's mainly got a red, black, and clear turquoise color scheme. You can see first off here, we have this big sticker with a rainbow pattern to it, as well as the name written in English. We have this crank, which will be part of the main gimmick of the toy, which has a gear design to it, as well as a chrome Zenkaiger symbol. We've got the front that resembles this kind of red bird with a golden beak, nice clear green eyes. We have 2 handles, one for gripping it with your right hand, and then the other which has the trigger. You also have the barrel. It has a silver 5 muzzle end to it. And when you turn the crank forward, it actually rotates the barrel. You can see that it has 5 colors on it. So we've got red, yellow, green, blue, and pink. Not only is that the colors of Himitsu Sentai Go Ranger, but also because be considered the most common color combination for a main Sentai team. We have the back side where we have the speaker, as well as just some more details. It has a gun hammer here, but this doesn't actually do anything, it's just part of the details. And then another feature it has is that, though you can perfectly balance it fine on just the 2 handles, you can also flip down these wings that act as stabilizers to give it an extra bit of balance. The battery compartment is in here. Takes 2 AAA batteries. We also have the hatch for where you'll put in the Sentai Gears. And then the power switch here. So if we turn on, get an activation line sound. So with it on, you can press the trigger for a basic shooting sound. And turning the crank with no gear in it won't do anything. Next, we'll use the Sentai Gears with the Geartlinger for the transmissions. We'll start off with the Zenkaiser Gear. So for the transmission, you want to open up the hatch, place in the Sentai Gear face up, and close it down. And while it's like this, turn the crank until it changes and recognizes the gear, and then press the trigger. And there we have the transmission into Zenkaiser. So, we press the trigger. We get the same standard attack sound, but if we press and hold the trigger, it'll start up a charging sound. We press the trigger normally. You get a strong attack sound, but if you press and hold the trigger, you get into the charge mode, and then turn the crank, you get a Gatling attack sound. And not only does the barrel spin, but as you can see, the Sentai Gear inside the hatch also turns along with it. And that sound keeps going until you stop turning the crank. So, then we also have a special attack sound if you rotate the handle again. So that's the Super Zenkai time, Dai Zenkai attack. Additionally, you can actually flip the Sentai Gears to the Kikai side for an additional set of sounds. So, just flip it around, close down the hatch, and do the same process. So the first one is the Big Bang, which for Zenkaiser is giving orders for the Zenkai Gattai. So then we'll do that one more time. And here we have the Kikai Super Sentai Time attack, or Super Zenkai Time, whereas the other one was the Hero Super Zenkai Time. Now the way this works is that for each of the gears, there are unique notches. So, if you look at the sides, you can see that there are some raised notches here that aren't on the bottom half. Though there is always one where both notches are raised. In the case of the Zenkaiser Gear, the top half has all the raised notches, and for the bottom half it's all non-raised notches, or teeth of the gear. And then we have these two buttons here. So, when you turn the Sentai Gear, it actually hits them in sequence. And depending on what sequence of teeth hit the buttons, that'll determine or let it read which Sentai Gear is being used. Next we have the Zenkai Juran gear. And there's a transformation into Zenkai Juran. Now, of note is that all of the main 5 transformation gears have the same Gatling sound. However, this will start to vary up when we get to the other Sentai Gears that are more so the powers of different teams. So, then we have the Hero Super Zenkai time. Then you'll flip it over to the Kikai side for the Big Bang. And this gets into the one of the more unique aspects of Zenkaiger, which is that all of the other 4 rangers besides Zenkaiser actually are robots who can also grow giant and turn into the mechs for the series. So in this case, the Big Bang for Zenkai Juran makes him grow giant and turns him into Juran Tyranno. And then we'll have the Kikai Super Zenkai time. Next is Zenkaigong, starting with the hero side. Another thing is that the other 4 have their own little added sting kind of sounds to his special attacks that Zenkaiser doesn't. And we'll flip it over to the Kikai side. This turns Zenkaigong into Gaon Lion. Next is Zenkai Magine. Then we flip to the Kikai side. This turns Zenkai Magine into Magine Dragon. Sorry about that. So then we'll get to Zenkai Vroom. And we flip it to the Kikai side. This changes Zenkai Vroom into Vroom Dump. And finally, we have the Zenkai Buckle. As said in the intro, this is the Zenkaiger's belt, but also serves as a storage compartment for their Sentai Gears. So the main buckle itself is made of silver plastic, and has a nice chrome V on it. Now, as you can see, and as you can tell even from the intro, this is very reflective, so I'm doing my best to just try to not get myself on camera with it, but it does have a very nice shine to it. It even has a smaller V here on the top. You also have the belt straps, which I actually applied or attached in advance, because this is one of those where you do have to put on the belt straps yourself by locking the two halves in the back and then kind of looping it around. And on this one, it is a little bit tough to get the right strap up over the left strap. Unfortunately, this is the kind of typical Super Sentai type belt straps, which are thinner than standard Kamen Rider belt straps, meaning there is no official belt extenders, meaning if you wanted to get any kind of extension on it, you either have to jury-rig your own or just get another Sentai belt and then use one of the straps from that to extend it out, which is rather unfortunate. So the main gimmick, and really the only gimmick of this belt, is that you can take this latch and open up. And then we have a storage compartment that can hold up to 6 Sentai Gears. And so we can use the gears we have here to fill 5 of those spaces. You have Zenkaiser, Zenkai Juran, Zenkai Gaon, Zenkai Magine, and Zenkai Vroom. And when you're all done, you can close up, hold nice and secure, and then you can open back to up to access any of the gears. And there we go. Overall, I think this is a very fun and enjoyable set. The Geartlinger is a quite nice changer, and it is one that serves as both a changer and a weapon, though as of this current point it's actually the only weapon that the Zenkaigers have, or at least the only weapon that's been released in toy form, as the non-Zenkaiser Rangers do have their own individual weapons, but those haven't been made into toys. It is quite fun in how it has a bit of a gimmick to it, and is a bit of a more hands-on gimmick in that you do have to really make use of that crank to turn and make use of turning the gear and turning the barrel, and it does make it more enjoyable than if you were just to insert the gear and pull the trigger. Not to mention, there are some fun sounds in it, And this even ties into a bit of Super Sentai or even Tokusatsu history, in that the voice of the Geartlinger is by a woman named Lenny Hart, who is a MMA announcer living in Japan, who also served as the announcer for the Superhero Time block that featured Kamen Rider and Super Sentai from 2005 to 2007. Plus, the little standby sound for the changing feature is actually something that pays tribute to the ending theme of Himits Sentai Go Ranger. Not to mention, each gear does have two sets of sounds, one for the heater side, one for the Kikai side, so that gives each of them a good amount of functionality, and with how many Sentai we have, that means there are going to be at least 45 different gears to collect, and I certainly look forward to collecting as many as I can. So, this is definitely a set I would recommend if you're a fan of the series and are looking into collecting more of these. Next time I'll be reviewing the Zenkaiger Change Heroes figures. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and if you're new and would like to see more, please subscribe and hit the bell icon. And for now, this is KRX50, riding off.